Hey, everybody, welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, and strategies to help you do business better. Today, like every Tuesday, we have the digital diva in the house. She's here to help take the hassle out of our hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. TJ Johnson, all the way from New York City. We're going to be talking about, is silence golden? Stay tuned. Get a cup of coffee, get a pen, get a paper, notebook. Let's take some notes, and we're going to do what we learned today. So, without further ado, here's Terry Johnson online.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful week of talking about marketing. As you can see, I'm really excited. For some reason, this is going really well. We had the Bizchick event last night, the first Monday, and I think it went well. We answered a lot of questions, and I got to talk a lot about the stuff that I like to talk about. So I hope it was a win-win.
It was definitely a win-win for all of us.
So this is your invite to not miss the next one. It's the first Monday of every month. So
yes,
watch it. Okay, so today's topic is silence golden. I left out the online. So it's silence golden online. Now, what am I talking about when I say is silence golden online? And I was thinking about this for a while, and then I think I read an article or something about the silent consumer. And what that is that it's someone who buys from you, but you don't know, you've never interacted with them. So they are silent online. They're silently consuming your content. Does everybody understand that?
That's good.
So this ties in with a lot of people who go, well, I make content and nobody likes it, nobody comments. But see, this is the deal with the goal. Did they buy? Did they get on your email list? Did they do what you told them to do, your call to action? That's the real measurement there. Not the likes, not the comments, not the, well, I put up this post and nobody says anything. Well, maybe they don't want to say anything because you're hitting the right spot with them. You're hitting the mark with them. So there's no need for them to engage with you on your social media content. They just go straight to whatever you're talking about. Now, I've got a couple of people that I follow that they have things to offer. And when they have new things to offer, and they just send me an email, and I go and I click I don't need to judge it. I don't need to ask questions because I already know, like, and trust these people that I bought from them before. They've hit the mark with me. They've satisfied my pain point. They've answered my question. They gave me a service, a tool, a product that works. So there's no need for interaction. So see, that's a part of this silence golden option too, because if you're doing everything right, your steps are right, and I mean right, like you're creating content for the right audience, you know who you're talking to, you know what they want to hear, you provide it, and you give them a way for them to buy. It's a speedy transaction, that customer journey, that customer relationship journey that I talk about. So it makes it easier the next time when you have something to offer, or you offer something again that was limited edition, or however you're setting up your products and services. When you put it out again, you're not going to get a lot of interaction. You're going to get a sale. You're going to get a completion of the goal, right? So I don't think a lot of people realize that with their content, because they're looking for likes, thumbs up. And yes, some people will do that, some won't. But
Correct.
that doesn't mean that they're not consuming your content and getting what they need. And hi, Mark. Mark's here.
Hey, Mark. So I am thinking about what we have sometimes termed as, not us personally, but in the industry, they call them lurkers.
That's what it is.
But they may not really be lurking. They're watching.
Yes.
They're wondering, okay, am I really going? They're just watching.
Right. And this works so well on YouTube because there is a lot of, well, okay, how many people did the thumbs up? Well, that's not the engagement you want. Not even subscribers on YouTube. Believe it or not, people think they need subscribers. Like you need a large. I need millions of subscribers and millions. No, you go and look in your analytics. But
Mm-hmm.
video, it's watch time and did they do your call to action? That's what I said. You can't take likes to the bank. There's no money
No,
in a like.
nope.
It's an empty calorie.
Oh,
A like is an empty calorie. But
that's good,
for
TJ.
some reason, we want to have the validation of a like because that says to someone who's lurking and coming by and doing a drive by on a content that, oh, look at all these likes I got. Likes are great. Yeah, okay. But some people, the majority, and they're the silent majority, they're the lurkers, they're people lurk all the time. They will not like, comment, share, all those things you ask them to do. But what they might do and possibly is buy. They just click that button so fast, and there's different reasons. Like I gave my example of somebody that I've been following for years, and I've seen their journey of how they built their business, and they're offering the product, and they're constantly scaling and building and giving out valuable content and valuable items and valuable services that I need. I mean, and when I get to the point where they have a high end offer, when I get to that high end where I have, I look at the credit card statement, yeah, I can get that high end offer because I know they're going to give me something I can use. There's no guesswork. There's no
So,
guesswork. So that's the silent part of it. But the other side of it is the silently consuming your content while buying what your business is offering.
and I'm like this. I will watch somebody for a long time and purchase because of the content. And when I'm ready to buy it, I'm going to buy it. And I might go past the freebie. I might go past the next offer, that's the next level offer. I might go straight to the high end offer.
Right.
Because I have been consuming and watching the person's journey. They're consistently putting out content. They're answering questions. And now I feel confident that, okay, they can help me. I will do that. But
Right.
that's hard to do if the person is inconsistent.
See, this always takes me back to Brian Serhan. I think we talked about him. He's a real estate agent. He's on TV. He's on Bravo, something another. That's not how I found him. I found him on
Right.
YouTube. But
Millionaire
million
listings, New
Yeah.
York. Yeah.
So they sell. He's a real estate agent here in New York that he sells high end properties, millions of dollars.
Right.
Millions of dollars. So he told a story about how when he came to New York, he was a hand model and something happened to his hand or something he couldn't hand model. So he went into real estate.
Right.
And he was just beginning as a new real estate agent here in New York City. And he tells a story of he went to Starbucks and saw a young lady with a baby in a stroller. And he was just talking to her and said, hey, here's my card. Whenever you need real estate or, you want to, because I believe she was pregnant. She had a baby and was pregnant. So that was his key to like, oh, she might be looking for a bigger place to live because in New York space is a premium. So once you having more children, that means less space and you need to go to a bigger place. So he just handed her the card. Thank you, bye, whatever. And he got her on the email list where he emails listings of, this is the properties for the week or however he does it. He didn't explain that part, but he was saying that he emailed her constantly and never heard a word. Years go by, 10 years, in fact, 10 of him sending her emails. I'm not sure if she opened them or whatever, but he said after 10 years, she opened one of the emails or clicked on one of the emails or whatever, saw something she liked, boom, called them up, bought it. Now, who does that? That's a part of the silent consuming because he's like, well, I don't know. Is she still reading the emails? Is she looking at, those kind of things? And he kept constantly. Now, what if he gave up in the 10 years? he wouldn't have the $1
Um,
million listing, or it's more than a million here. So,
right. And
but
I don't, okay, these people are not responding. I'm not getting no likes. I'm not getting no thumbs ups.
I'm ready to. I'm just gonna drop and I'm done. I got 10 views on my YouTube video. I'm done. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So I always remember he told that story. I was like, wow, you see that? It's perseverance, being in the right place at the right time, having the thing that she needed. Because in 10 years, she might have had another kid. They might, her and her husband, her family, they might have had another child. Who knows? But that stretch of time, and then boom, and this is how it happens. You just look at your email and you go, oh, what's that? And you tap on, you like, wow, I'm ready to buy. Boom, boom, boom. Let me call him up. I want to see that apartment that you sent me. And he's going, I haven't talked to you in 10 years, not to her, but he's thinking that's his thought process. I just love that he said that you cannot give up. Not give up. And that's the part of the silent part, is silence golden. And for him, it was. He kept emailing her. He kept doing his job. He kept putting out valuable information, because he's like, you might not be ready to buy when I meet you or when people discover you online, but they're going to be ready at some point. So the same thing with this person that followed her. She's in marketing. She has right now she's into SaaS, software as a service. She created her own software and everything, and she's doing well. And I'm like, okay, when I'm ready, I'm going to want to get into that system she's got, because I followed her and I bought other smaller items from her, seeing the value, seeing the quality. They help me. I'm going to be like, when she sends out an email, I'm there reading it right away. So that's what I mean about the silence is golden part, is that you don't know who's watching. And Fran was right. Lurkers. That's the word. Lurkers. Lurkers who buy.
Ooh, I got it. Lurkers are lucrative.
Lurkers are lucrative. There you go. So you don't, because they're not going on. So there are a lot of people in this world who will not go on social media and like, comment, and share, because they're just not that. But they do have money. They do have a problem. They do need something, possibly from you, and they just go and buy it, and you never know. You go, well, where are these sales coming from? The comments there's like 1 or 2 comments. There's not a bunch of, because the likes don't go to the bank. They don't go to the money goes to the bank. See?
Mark's little comment here. He's starting off with some jokes already. TJ, I have an offer for you. It'll only cost you $49.95. I'll tell you what it is once I receive your Zelle payment.
And see, that's how people do it online. That's how they think it is. They think having an online business or having your business online is an ATM machine, and it's not. Not an ATM machine where you go put the card in and the money spits out. You got to do like Ryan does. What was he doing? He wasn't bombarding her with, buy my course for $49. Bye. People, for some reason, people think all I gotta do is get online and say buy, sale, 50%. It could be 100% off. If it's not something I need, I don't want it. Even if it's free, I might not need. I don't need that. I don't need golf tips for free. I'm not a golfer. I'm not interested in the sport. A couple other things I'm not interested in. So you couldn't give me a freebie, because I'm not into that. But what he did do was send her valuable information as real estate listings.
Right. And that was something she was interested in, apparently, because she responded after 10 years.
Right. Because she wasn't ready to buy when he first met her. Then, of course, realized he's been on TV in those 10 years. And she might have, seen him on TV or seen something and go check to eat. I'm not, the process with social media and online stuff is not linear. This is a good example that I don't know where she saw him. Someplace, because he's everywhere. He's on YouTube. He does speaking engagements. He's on TV. He's on Bravo. He's on Instagram, doing this, that, and the other. So that's the key, that he's everywhere. Putting pieces of valuable information down, breadcrumbs, and some bird comes along and is hungry and picks up that breadcrumb and like, oh, okay. So that's what you have to do. You can't just go, well, I'm going to put up one post today and go sit down. I've done my work. You're not going to get any results from that because of the silent golden opportunity, silent majority, the lurkers, lucrative lurkers, because they're just going to buy because they're silently, watching a movie, eating a popcorn while you're doing your stuff online and saying what you have to say. But see, a part of this is you have to have valuable stuff to say, something
It's
that somebody wants.
it's really interesting that because we are lurkers,
Hmm.
we watching the TV and okay, commercial comes on and it might have slipped in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let me look. Yeah, I think I like that. Never heard from the person before, but we engaged with a product that they had because they had the ad up there. They had the
Right,
offer up there. And they keep putting it out. Why do you think you keep seeing those late night commercials with the same weirdo stuff? It's because it works. And
right,
the commercials that you see over and over and over and over again work. Somebody is paying attention. They're not just uh, putting out commercials and ads and things of that nature. It
right.
works. They do it over and over again. McDonald's doesn't care that you didn't come in there for breakfast one morning, but one morning you might be running through
Yeah, when you had time.
when you
I
had
don't have
time.
time to
It's
stop
like,
at Starbucks, but today I do. And guess what? Starbucks does everything so you don't have to go and wait in line. You can order and pick up. I love it.
right,
Order in the app. Oh, I'm next to a It'll tell me where the Starbucks are. I'm standing here. There's the Starbucks. Oh, I want a drink. Put the order in. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. Pick it up. Walk in, grab it, walk out.
walk out. Right. Now, I love to drive through Starbucks myself, but
Yeah,
I
same
know.
thing. Same thing. You don't have to. Oh, well, I got to park. I got to get out of the car. I got to walk out, fumble for my keys. I fumble for my wallet. I got to pay. I got to barriers. Get
Yeah,
rid of barriers.
they did.
First.
And Amazon is real good about
Yeah.
get rid of the barriers.
Yep. They're good at that.
And because there's the lurkers and then there's the people when you ask them to do a survey. Some people are doing surveys. They just want
No. The ones who are invested in you will do that. Like I said, with the person that I follow, I can't remember her name, but if she asked me to fill something out, or would you do me
right,
a favor and leave a review on my pocket, or whatever it is, I'm doing it right then and there, right from the
right.
email.
But for most people, they are not going to do some things you want.
Because they're lurkers.
They're just sitting in the cuts, just
They're
like,
not invested. See, I'm invested in her business and what she's doing and what she's offering. I'm invested, which means I follow. I know where to find her. I know there's a big Facebook group. I know she's starting to do stuff on Instagram that she didn't do before. But I always know her in my emails. I always know her in my emails. So these are the things that we have to look at and say, okay, so social media doesn't work. I always hear that business owners on, oh, social media doesn't work, threads doesn't work, this doesn't work. That it will, first of all, you have to know how the platform behaves. Is it your people? Are your people there? Maybe they're not there. Maybe you're talking into an empty void. Maybe they're not there. Maybe they're on TikTok, or maybe they're not on X. Maybe they are on Instagram. They're definitely on Facebook.
right,
Everybody's there. Because remember, Facebook, I think Facebook is up to 3 billion users now.
right. So if
So
you're looking for an audience, you can find one over there.
that's a big pond to fish in. But here's the key to that. You gotta have the right bait. That means you just can't throw anything in there and get mad when you don't get any bites, because you're not putting something attractive in the water that the fish wants. They're just going to scroll by. And if you can't do this organically, you definitely can't do it when you want to move to paid ads, because the key to success with paid ads is your organic content. I don't know if everybody knew that. Your organic content, because you see what works there. You check your analytics. Here's another key point. Analytics, what works. And then boom, that's an ad.
Mm, mm, mm.
And you try it out a little bit and see what little nibbles you get. And here's another thing, especially with Instagram. If you run ads on Instagram, You're running them for engagement because Instagram will connect your content for the future from that point on to them. I've seen it where I've engaged with somebody's stuff and they had an ad and I saw the ad and then you keep seeing it. Like, why am I keep? Because I engaged with it.
Right. And
So
that's isn't that retargeting
yeah,
where now
that's
it
retargeting.
is following you everywhere. It's like, wait, I
Because
just
people think, well, ads don't work. Yeah, well,
do.
they didn't buy. You're looking for the ad to instantly give them. Give you a sale. An ad is not going to instantly give you a sale. It's one of those things I just said. It's about retargeting, keeping in touch. They're not ready to buy. There's this thing about the 7 touches before they buy. I believe it's 21. I think
But
Coach Karen talked about it.
right, there's a whole lot more touches than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let me address these comments.
Yeah.
Dr. Tachi, good morning.
Good
Mark
morning.
has another joke. Why is Francine in the bushes? Don't call the police. She's just lurking. And Maureen from Mo's Body Shop is here. Hey, Maureen.
Hey, Maureen.
And we got the dean himself is in the
Hey,
house.
Dean.
Dean. He says, yes, ma'am, relationship marketing is still tops, not B2B, B2C, etc. It's all P2P. People,
Always.
people, always.
It's always people to people. It's always human to human. Even though we got Chat GPT and that GPT and Bing and that, it's still human to human. It's always going to be that. Because look at the time in history when they started books and then newspapers and then we had radio and television and all of those tools came along and revolutionized how we get information and media, but it's still people to people.
Right.
We connect with other people. That's just how it is. So,
and you mentioned the tools. That's just it. They're tools to help you connect to the people. It's not, the tool is not the answer. It's your connectivity to the people.
Because how does the tool work? How does the screwdriver? I would love to use this analogy. How does the screwdriver work? Does it just magically in the air? And no, it's your hand. It's in your hand, and you're building something with it, positive or negative.
Even the dude in Guardians of the Galaxy, when he was directing the arrow, he still had to be the one doing the whistling.
Yes. What's the guy with the head? Yeah, I can't remember the character's name. Yeah, with the arrow and
the arrow still had to have somebody give it
his mind control was doing that.
Right.
The arrow wasn't just doing animated by itself. That's not how it works. So this is, this thing with the silent lurking and the content is because we are invested in, well, how many likes did it get? Or how many reactions? When you should be investing in, did it complete the goal of putting them into your email list? Did they go to your store and did they buy something? Or even if they didn't buy anything and they put something in the cart, you should have e-commerce. You should definitely be doing that cart. Shopping cart, there's a name for it. When they put in the shopping cart and they leave it or something, you can retarget them. You can send them reminders. I think Amazon does that.
Oh, hey, you left something in your cart.
They send an email. Oh, hey, did you forget something? Are you ready to buy? And then they keep sending it until you either delete it from the cart or you buy it. Because they may not be ready at the time. A lot of people are window shopping online, putting it in the cart. That's window shopping.
Yep.
I have a very expensive camera in my Amazon cart. I'm window shopping, but I'm like, when I get ready, it's there.
Right. Dean says the tools don't build the house all by themselves. The master craftsman, the business leader, uses the tools to create the masterpiece.
So true. 100% true. 100% true. And if you give up before the magic happens, you're missing out.
Right.
Because people are going to be lurkers. They're not, and you could, give me a comment, and there's crickets. But does that mean that the content didn't work? It means that they're just not going to engage. They're just not going to answer or put a comment or do any of those things. But they might click the link in your bio and go to where your link is to buy something. Isn't that better?
Right. They're going to go check you out to see if you have anything else, to see, what else, who are you, what you're about. So all that stuff needs to
Mm-hmm.
be in place.
Yes.
And then they want to hear your vibe, your story. They just want to know who you are. So they're going to go do some research.
Right. And you can't do that if you're just doing one thing and giving up. You may have to do. I think Gary Vaynerchuk said when he started his YouTube channel way back when, he was like, I think for a year he said there was like nothing. And then I think he went on a show, or I think he went on one of the late night shows for wine or something, because he showed the clip. And after that, boom, it just took off. So you never know when that moment comes where you're going to take off.
But he had to show up consistently
Yes.
talking about it when there
Front
was
of
nobody
mind.
in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's here.
Right, because he knew, he was like, this is something. He said, I knew this YouTube channel was something. And he said it, oh, I thought it was going to be like QVC. See, here's the mistake. You think because I put content out, it's going to be an ATM machine and people just going to buy. But that's not how we buy things.
No, we're going to check you out first.
That's not how we do you purchase a car, a house, washing machine, refrigerator? You just go, oh, just give me that one. No, you do a lot of research. You do a lot of, is this a good neighborhood? Is this a good brand? How does the car drive? There's a bunch of steps in there before you buy it. So why wouldn't that work the same way here on social media, where people think it's just instantaneous? Because it can be, but there's a whole bunch of factors in there where you have to know, like, and trust. You got to get through those 3 hurdles. The 3 hurdles of know, like, and trust before they even think about buying.
And they learn to know, like, and trust you on the social media part of it, because you're posting content that is relevant to them, but you hear their heart, you hear their vibe, for lack of a better word, their story attracts you.
Yes, and they're being authentically themselves. Right. You're talking about your business. You're talking about how you can help somebody else, not buying.
Dean says, demonstrate how you serve and create value by helping them do something valuable up front and in advance. And they can see how you help them, and are more likely to buy. The best way to prove you can help them is to help them. Ta-da!
I love that. The best way to prove you can help them is to help them, not to buy. Because see, people are looking for the buy. And I don't blame you. Yes, business owners and even people that are starting stuff online, they just instantly want to buy because, well, this is great. I made this thing. It's great. 1997 course. And I'm like, well, I don't know you. Why would I give you 2,000? I don't know you. Where's your other content? Where's your smaller steps? And I think Dean said the best way to prove you can help them is to help them. So where's the small stuff? Where's the free stuff to help me? Where's the first taste of you can help me?
Because that's the same thing the cookie people do. They walk around the mall giving you a sample of the cookie before they tell you to
go to the grocery store on a weekend. What do you see? Samples.
Sample people. Ooh, try this sausage with it.
Chicken sausage. Does anybody want to buy chicken sausage without tasting it first? Not I. But once you taste it, you're like, oh, where is that? And they have it there, or they tell you it's on aisle 7 or what. See, that's what it is. You have to give the freebie. You have to give the test, the taste. And a lot of people say, well, free, you get on the free train and it doesn't lead to anything. You have to know when to get off. You have to know when to get off the free train, or to say, here, like the chicken sausage in the grocery store, they get to taste the cookies, whatever it is. I get to taste it. I'm going, what's the next step? What's the next step? Well, here, come over here. I've got more stuff over here for you to possibly buy.
And that's what Dean said, the drug dealer clothes.
That's
Give them
it.
A sample. That's what they do.
I didn't want to say it. That's how they do it. They said the first hit is free. That's how they do it. And you wonder, well, how come people get hooked? Because they're going to give it to you for free.
And they're going to give you the good stuff for free first. And then when you are hooked, then they're going to bring in the inferior.
There you
But
have it.
that's not how
They
we do business. You
that's
want
not
to
how we do
give,
it. Hmm. But
give
business is business. The steps are the steps, whether you're in a legitimate business or not a
not a
non-legitimate
legal
business.
one, one
I
that
mean,
ain't legal.
look at Jay-Z, how he started. He took that money and turned it into what I'm going to do. What I really want to do is he wants to do rhymes and rap and do hip hop and songs and this and that. And I need to get in the studio. How do I get in the studio? Studio is expensive. Studio time is very expensive. How do I get in the studio? There you go. So I'm just saying, it doesn't make it right, but look at the end result of where he ended up. I'm pretty sure that's not like the first choice, but it's like I have a desire too. How do I get it? So Gary does the same thing. Gary Vaynerchuk does the same thing where he talks about um going to garage sales, because he said he got a lot of questions. People were like, oh, well, you got money and it's good for you. He says, well, I didn't start out with money. How did I get money? I went to garage sales and I flipped stuff, mugs for 50 cents, and then he went to eBay and sold them for $5, stuff like that. But that's what hustle culture is. It's not the buy the obnoxious dudes with the cars and the watch. That's not that's scamming. He's saying that I got a goal of I want to do this. So how do I get there? Oh, well, let me look at my house and see what I can sell. Oh, let me go to the thrift store, buy it for 50 cents, selling online for $5. People doing it every day. And he said he's gotten so many responses from people saying they saw his videos about the garage sales on the weekends and how he made the money. They're coming to him telling him they flipped this and made thousands of dollars and then started their own business of doing
And
what
see,
they wanted to do.
he could have put all that in the book, an ebook, and I'll sell you the ebook for $12 so I can tell you how to do it. No, he went on there, just told you how to do it.
That's what I love about what he's doing. And people tell him, man, you should be selling this in a course. Why? He doesn't need the money. He already has a business. He's a business owner. He's
Even
trying
if,
to share the knowledge.
even if I believe, because of who he is, even if he did need the money, he would still do what he's
He
doing.
would, because he's a giver.
Right. He is a true giver. And he always talks about kindness and
Yes,
being
that's his
kind
thing
and
now.
loving to people. And he is not who because if you hear him talk, you think like, what is
Well,
his
that's
deal?
that's the Jersey. That's the Jersey coming out. That's the East Coast brash
Exactly.
Jersey. You got to look past that, because really, every New Yorker, every Jersey, every East Coast person is really lovable. You just got to get past that hard veneer
You
that we
know,
had.
yes, you have to get past the
The
shell.
hard talking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but he gives of himself constantly.
Yeah.
Who else flies to an event and talks to all the people, stays after, and you jet lagged, and he's staying around talking to people.
And see, here's the key. A lot of people see the end result with him, with people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, any kind of celebrity. You didn't see the hard work at the beginning.
Correct.
And that's what this is. The hard work they did when they were struggling actors or struggling this and that. And nobody was there with cameras to watch the process, but they did it and they kept going, just like Ryan in this 10-year sale. Because we're talking real estate in the millions, not
Right.
a million. But look, the 10-year gap. And I'm pretty sure that all his clients are not like that. Like they, maybe a couple months, whatever, the process is shorter. But he just gave that one example of you don't give up. You keep going.
Right.
You keep going. So
Dean said, serve your way to success. Help people first, and people will be more likely to help you back. No slimy sales, just help and serve buyers with help you back and buy. Serve buyers will help you back and buy. Partner with you because you help them get real results.
That's it. That's it. So, I mean, we're here to talk about, okay, we got the lurkers. How do we get them out of lurk mode or bring them, get them? Well, you can't, because they're silent and they're lurking. All you can do is look at your analytics, see what's working, and do more of that. because you might not be able to call them out. You could try, you could do questions, you could do surveys. Like Fran was saying, they may not answer the survey. I mean, you could definitely do that. But look, what you want to do is look at your analytics, and that always tell you what works. And I always hear people say, well, the guru said this and the guru said, I'm like, don't do that, because everybody has a different business, a different audience. They all react differently. We're people, we're human. We don't act constantly the same all the time. So can you tell if your content is working? Look at your analytics. What is the best performing post? What type is it? What did you say? How did you say it? Try it again. Don't carbon copy it, but look at the format and say, okay, well, I did this. Let me try this in this conversational tone. Or I did this, or I said that, or I had a meme, or I had a GIF, or I had a bit, whatever that part is. Pick it apart and look at it and go, this is what I need to do. Do it again. Do it again.
What did you say in that message?
Yeah.
Something you said resonated, because even if it was a reel or a meme or just a post, it's the thing that you said.
Right, because people said, well, reels work on Instagram. They probably do, but photos still work. Carousels work. Video works. It's because it's what's inside of the content. It's what's being said, not the container. Reels is a container. It's your message that's in there. How did it resonate with your audience? Did it work? And guess what? If it doesn't work, you feel bad, and well, there's nobody liked it. You can go back and hide the little thing that says how many people liked it. Or if you don't, well, I don't want this to be shown on my Instagram. Because nobody's going back on, especially on Instagram, nobody's going back to your post from 6 months ago. They don't. That's not Instagram works. It's constant, up in the minute. That's why you're putting out content. And when people discover you or find you in whatever form or fashion, they look at your last couple of posts.
Right.
That's why Instagram has that pin. Yeah, Instagram has that pin feature. So now you can pin what? Your best performing post.
Oh, you put your best foot out there. Dean said, what is the irresistible help you promise and promote? Then do that for your family of followers, and serve them to get some kind of real result. It's not magic. It's not magic. We can do this. What is the irresistible help you promise and promote? So looking at what Dean is saying, you have to have a help. You got to have something that you promise and promote. Then you do that. Do what you promised. Oh, well, there's a thing. Do what you promised for your family of followers. And see, that's another key, because sometimes the people have a family of followers, maybe 2 people following you. Do that for the 2 people instead of trying to go for the.
Listen, the key is your content. Once you figure out what it is that works, you're on the path to, okay, this train is going to move. I like doing reels. Then I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that if you like doing reels, short form video, short TikToks, then go all in and do that. Just make sure your message is on point.
That part right there.
It has to be. You have to be reaching them. You have to be giving them what they want to hear, what they need to hear, not what you think, what you want to do. That's where research and this is your lurking part as a business owner. You can lurk and look at people's contents and look at your competitors. What's going on? What did they do? And then you can see, well, how many likes they had. Oh, okay. Let me try that format, what they did, and see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then you can go, oh, I don't need to do that. But you want to do what works, and your analytics is going to tell you that. So I just want to a couple points I wrote down was recognizing that not all conversations are public. That really? Some people are interacting with you, and you're not going to ever tell until they complete your call to action, and you'll see that.
Proof of point. There are 6 people watching us right now. How many people are actually commenting?
There you go. Also, when the live is over, that's another good example. What happens? This will live on YouTube, on Facebook, and whatever. You can always redirect people to your content if it is, something of value. And want to read
Yeah,
Dean's.
Dean said, yes, yes, less fluff, more real value and real results. The rest will take care of itself.
Right. So you want to focus on producing quality content consistently and using your analytic tools to their fullest power. Data is power.
Okay, so I'm going to reiterate something. You said quality content consistently.
That's it. Quality content
Quality,
consistent.
not no janky stuff that you just threw up there. I'm going to put a quote up today. Okay, if you put a quote up, why did you put the quote up? What sparked you to use the quote?
Tell me why. And this is where the storytelling comes in, where people they say, "Oh, you should storytell." Well, what does this quote mean to you? What did it resonate with you? What kind of reaction was there? A point in time in the past where you read this quote and it spurred you to action, or it made you do something. Tell that part of it, and you don't really have to go, well, I don't want to expose all my life. You just skimming. You're just, because we really don't want to hear your life story. Everybody's busy, but we do want the condensed version, the trailer, the skim part,
the snippet. Dr. Tachi said yes, because there's too much junk content out there.
I'm telling you, and it's going to be more and more. I told you guys earlier this year that this was the year of content. I didn't say it was quality. I said it was the year of content, because there's tools now. ChatGPT and Bing and Bard and this and that and Claude and all of the image tools. So yeah, but is that going to stop us? No, because we're getting to the point where people can see AI stuff. They can spot it. I could spot it way back, because it was just out of place. But now more and more people are going, well, okay, that's AI, because it's robotic. People taking the robotic content and copying and pasting, where I told you that's not how you use it. That's not how we use it. So that's why we got all of this junky content out there. Is going to be more. Dean is Dr. Tati had another comment.
Yeah, she said we had a yes, because last night, by the way, great job last night.
Thank you.
On First Monday, TJ was in the house. She was in Sacramento last night by way of technology. I was like, yay.
Thank you, Dr. Tati.
And then Dean says, look, if you can damage your business by giving 3 minutes of real results, outcomes, value, the best stuff, you may not have a real value basis business.
This is real. This is real stuff here. This is real stuff. And people have some people have an aversion to, I don't want to give away my best stuff for free. Your best stuff, you should have a whole closet full of best stuff. You can give away something, because you're going to give away that Dior dress or that Chanel bag or what, and then they're going to be like, "Ooh, what else you got there?" Yeah, come on. And that's invitation. Come on, I got more stuff over here that's low price, medium price, high price.
Come on, think about it. If you go someplace and they're going to give you a janky pair of shoes that's all run over and whatever, and you're like, here, have these. I'm not coming back to you for nothing else.
I don't want junk.
You need to lead with the best of your stuff.
Yeah. And this happens. I'm gonna tell you a story. As somebody I follow on Instagram, and I was like, they were like, "Oh, buy my something, little thing, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you the little $5." I forgot, it was like a small amount, $5, $10 or something. Because I want to see what you're giving behind the curtain, because it's so great. I have to pay for it, and it doesn't cost me anything. And this is research. So I give them the money and download the little thing. It was like a little one sheet PDF, and I'm like, what the hell? But that's how they get you. That's how they get you. But what what that does is like, I'm not ever going to buy anything from you ever again.
Because
So
you
when you
you
come,
you led with the raggedy shoes. You
so
didn't
when
come
you
with the
when you
good
come
one.
to me, I got a $500 course on this and that, guarantee, whatever. I'm like, no thanks, because I got the $5 thing from you.
And the $5 thing was janky. Okay.
And I'm not saying the $5 thing had to be 500, but it's got to be, a value. Like you said, the janky shoes, the little, oh well, here's a little, raggedy something that no, doesn't work.
Hey, Dean. Dean said, I'd be happy to appear digitally in Sacramento. You just let me know. Dean, we got you. We will have you. Okay, we need somebody for September. So if you're
There you
available
go.
September 4th, let me
There you
know
go.
because we will bring you in.
There you go. He's got
Then
another account.
he said, no more janky, no more janky, no more janky, no more janky.
But that's what's happening, and people are bad mouthing social media as business for business, and it doesn't work. Ads don't work. This doesn't work. That doesn't work because you picked up one thing and tried one thing and declared that it was broken or it doesn't work, and you put it down and you walked away. Well, guess what? We're gonna be here constantly putting that screwdriver in and into the screw, and that eventually what builds a house.
Right.
And it's proven because you got Habitat for Humanity. What do? Build
Pick
houses
and
for
build a house.
people, right? But they're doing it with screwdrivers and nails and this and that,
Hammers and
putting in consistent work. And the outcome is you see the outcome. The house is complete. The person that needed it has a home that they're proud of because they help. And another part of it, they help build it. The person that the house is going to, they have to help. They have to put sweat equity into the thing.
and they do, and they are so happy, and they
Yeah, I'm
work
getting a house.
together. They
What you
work
mean
together with it. Habitat for Humanity does not have to do that. These are
They
a
don't have
group of volunteers
right.
giving away their best stuff, TJ.
I'm just saying. If you need more examples, here's another one. D Nice.
Yep.
What did he do?
He gave away. Come on now. He's giving
What
away
did he
his
do during the
DJ service.
pandemic? He's like, I'm at home. It's just me. I can't leave. I got my turntables and my record, and I got a camera. I got a phone.
Hey everybody, and he just
I do live, boop, and started playing music. And guess what? He has now. There's the whole club quarantine, and Dr. Tasha can talk about that because she's a part of it. I think he's going on tour with it now, right?
Right, he is. He is
What
going
is that?
on tour.
What is that? Is that money? Is a tour money?
And people, he has a fan club. He's a DJ, and people follow him
all over. Why? Because he decided I'm at home by myself. It's the pandemic. I like music. I'm going to play some music to make people happy. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. So Dr. Tati said he just finished CQ Detroit.
Right. So there you go. And I knew he had something because when he was he did the DJ for one of the online award shows when like the Grammys or the Oscars or something was online, and they asked them to do the DJ for them because they were in like a studio and they didn't have an audience. And I was like, why did they ask him?
Oh, because he was already out there doing it.
I mean, I know he was in the music industry as a kid, as a rapper, but that was back in the day. I'm talking about now. The people, whatever, and Dr. Sachi can tell me which show it was. It was one of the award shows, and I was like, okay, this is something. So the free to the paid,
and he wasn't doing it to get paid. Because see, the motive was the thing. His motive was not to get a paycheck. His motive was, I want to share some music, and maybe because it helps me to listen to the music, so maybe somebody else want to listen to the music. And he put the music out there. He wasn't looking for a check. Okay, let me see.
Did he say bye? Did he get on Instagram and say, buy my music, buy my this? And a matter of fact, he even put out a new song. I think he hadn't put out music in a while. I think he put out a new song. on, and it was on spot. I was listening to that thing over and over and over, over and over. I was like, oh my God, this is such a good song. But see that, because he was doing something he loved.
Right.
Now, and he was always in the business. I mean, he always, I'm not sure what he was doing before this, but I'm just saying he was always making money in the business, in the music business, producing or whatever he was doing. But then he was like, I'm doing something I'm loving, because we're all world stop. Everything stopped. What do? Okay, I'm a knit. I'm gonna make bread. People were knitting, making bread, yoga
And
classes, on
listening.
all kind of stuff. He said, I'm gonna pull out my records and play my favorite songs. And he could have just did it in his house and just been him, or he could have live streamed to just his friends. No, he said Instagram live. Boop. There you have it.
Mm-hmm. So Dean said, so Dean is going to be on with us for first Mondays in September. So that's the Dean of
There you
Success.
go. Labor
Everybody
Day.
needs to follow him, but he will be on with us that first Monday of September. And Dr. Tachi said, yes, he produced several songs during the
Yeah,
pandemic.
he had one. I was like, oh, I love that song. I'm I have to listen to it today. But I had that thing on repeat.
And then Dean says, free to fee is a great business model when done right.
I love that. Well, when done right, right. So there's several examples of, okay, there are people watching you, consuming your content, lurking, and you don't have to beat them over the head or force them out of the shadows of, you must like this, you must comment, you must share. I don't have to do any of those things. I don't have to do any of those things. Likes don't go into your bank account. They're just surface stuff. If you want to, that's not your metric that you follow. Your metric you follow is, what's my bank account looking like? Hello. Oh, how did all of this get in here? I only had so many likes on the last Instagram post. Well, you have a system set up to where you're giving out, and let me repeat this because this is very important. Producing quality content consistently and using your analytic tool to understand your audience better as far as what content to give them, to show, to share. And we giving you all these examples of people who are creating content, doing, not even creating. D Nice wasn't creating, he was just doing. And then it was like, okay, and then somebody said club quarantine in the comments, and boom,
And
it's
there it
born.
was.
He goes on to the award show. Boom. This is D Night. Da, 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 da. He's done several things where I was like, okay, he started out free and now he's getting on these paid things.
Dean says there's a difference between creative value up front and plain old prostitution.
I love it. I love it. I love the comments. And see, this is what makes doing the show, doing a live great, is like I like to answer questions.
Right.
I'm never like, okay, this is a lecture. I go, hey, I discovered this, and let's talk about it. And what do you think? And then we talk about it, because
Yep.
the social media is not going away. It's evolving, yes, but it's not going away, and that's a good thing, because business owners, we need this. You don't have to run an ad on TV. You don't have to run an ad on the radio. You don't have to put up a billboard. I mean, you can do those things if they work. But I'm saying, is as far as the ratio of cost, social media is free for now.
But you have, and see, what D Nice was, he was social.
Yes, that's another part of it. You have to remember the social part, which means you engage, you talk, you story tell, you tell, and not make up a story. Story tell. That means about the quote. What did this quote mean to me? Well, I was going through something, blah blah blah, and this quote resonated with me, and it helped me and sustained me, and I hope it helps you too. Boom. Drop the mic, move on. Come back in a couple of hours on the next day, write another type of post. Then
Right.
you come back and write another type of post, and then see in your analytics which one resonated the most. That's your key. Oh, that's the kind of content I need to be making. Not because somebody told you to do a reel and point at stuff and that. You can do that, but does that work for you? Does that work for
Okay,
your audience?
so TJ, it worked for the first person who did it.
Yes.
It
And then
didn't necessarily fit for you.
I can't tell you how many times I'm on Instagram and somebody talks, a person posts about reel, the guru posts about reels, and the comments are like, they don't like reels. I don't like doing reels. I see it over and over and over. And I'm like, because you are doing it like they told you to do it.
Right.
A reel is a short video.
And a short video can explain some things. I don't need your full hour
It's
long
an
thing.
appetizer.
Just give me and I mean, you can solve problems with the little 1 minute thing. There's several times I'll watch a YouTube short that solved a problem. Here's how you find this on your iPhone, and it's a short. It's not.
Short video means short message. That means wrap it up in a short message. Can you do that? No.
Yes.
Canva Magic, right? Chat GPT, Bing, Bard, Claude, Metas, whatever that thing they got. All of those tools
Everybody
will help you. And you can go in there and write a whole long story and say, shorten that for me into a YouTube short. Shorten that into 30 seconds. Shorten that and it will do it.
Right.
Now, it's not going to be 100% perfect. That's not what we're looking for, perfection. We're looking for the jumping off point of, oh, now I got the meat of my message for my short form video from talking to ChatGPT or whatever tool you want to use. That's how it works.
So Dean has a couple of comments. He says, if you have the cure for cancer in people's lives, business, health, wealth, hippiness, etc., you have an obligation to help and save lives with your cure.
There you go.
2, you got to make money too, because if you go out of business, who are you serving and of value to them? You can get rewarded for helping others get real results. It's simple.
Right. And see, the part of this is this is silence golden online is because you're thinking that no one is engaging or responding because you don't visually see the like button, or you don't visually see the heart, or there's no comments. But that's not the end goal for you. That's not the end goal. So you have to look at, well, okay, the content is there. I look at the analytics, and then I look at, my end goal. Like, did the amount of email signups go up? Did the sales go up? Did somebody get into the cart? Like I said before, like you've got a e-commerce store. They might have, maybe they didn't buy, but they put it in that cart. Guess what? There's a place where you can re-engage that person. And it might not be a sale today, but it'll be a sale in the future. Because you got that connection. They're on the hook.
There was something that I wanted to sign up for. And then they said, well, you need to book a session with somebody. Well, the 2 dates that they had were not, I couldn't take advantage of the 2 dates that there was listed there, right?
Right.
And so, because they had already said, if you book an appointment and you have to cancel, you're not going to get an opportunity to book again. So I was just like, okay. But I got an email saying, hey, you didn't book your session. I was like, because you said that if I book it and don't show, I'm not going to get another opportunity. So until you have another spot that fits my thing, I'm just going to have to.
Right. And I see some people that do this with they're doing masterclass or a webinar, and like, well, if you're not there, you're missing out. Okay, then I'm missing out. Because you could do the masterclass and the webinar and say the replay will be available for a limited amount of time. If it's something content that you're going to turn into something that you sell down the line, on your social media or wherever you want to sell it. But to say, well, if you're not there, then okay, I guess I'm just, because
and this was a 1-to-1 with a person on their calendar, and I knew that I was not going to be able to make that appointment. They only had 2 options. I was like, I can't wait till them, so I'm gonna have to just wait till the next time.
Right.
And Dean says, "How typographically impaired. It doesn't stop us from serving. Hint, hint. We don't teach the walking on water class at the Y. Just help."
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like we're saying the right things and we're doing what we need to do here, but there's people out there that need to hear it. So spread the word out that is social media is the greatest thing for business owners, because there's that free organic posting, tasting and testing and trying it out with an audience without having to pay any money. And then you see if that works, then you pay the money with the ad. Whereas before you had to run an ad in the newspaper. Well, did it work? I don't know. Well, the radio ad, does it work? You'd have to hire an expert in a person who knows how to do radio sales, or you'd have to hire an expert that knows about the newspaper ads and how to get. So, but we've got that now. But the tools we have now, you just have to know what to look for and put in the work, and then at the front end, you put the work in at the front end, and at the end, when you know what works, boom, boom, boom. And we got the AI tools, boom, boom, boom. So it makes it faster and easier to make content. And you can go about your business of running your business or doing the things that you want to do.
Dean says, Nike had it right. Just do it.
That's it. That's it. So I mean, I hope you understand what we're talking about with the silence is golden. That is really about, and it always is about, producing quality content consistently and using your analytic tools to understand your audience better, because when you're connected to them, everything is smoother, runs better, you feel better, you know what content to make. Maybe I don't have to make reels, but I always say you should make reels, but they don't have to be the ones where you're dancing or even your face in it. I think my last reel I did, there's no face in it, but there's just information there.
Right.
There's movement and information, which is what the dancing, that's movement. And then they're pointing at information, but they're putting themselves in, because I see people saying, well, you got to batch content your reels. You got to do like 50 reels in a day and just change your outfit. Who got time for that?
And you're supposed to be running a business.
Burn out. And I'm telling you, I've seen the comments. People just don't like reels because they're telling them to batch content and to put 50 outfits together and then do them all and then dance and point. No. There are better ways to use short form video. You're giving out information. It's a short message. It is engaging. And there's different ways of engaging. It's not pointing and dancing. If that's not your thing. If that's your thing, point and dance, or all, go to town with it.
Yes.
But it's not my thing.
Woo. This is good stuff, TJ. Now, so everybody needs to find out where to connect with TJ. You go to terryjohnsononline.com/info.
Mm-hmm.
You can join her Discord over there, because you can get up to the minute snippets of what's going on in social media all the time, throughout the day. It'll pop up and give you what's the latest.
And now I got to rework that because of the X problems, but that's just another thing. I'm still going to put information in.
You'll have it.
Yeah, the X thing is knocking me for a loop, so I got to figure out. Okay, you know what X is, that guy. But I also put up something new with I think I put up a best business AI tools on this. If you go to terryjohnsononline.com/info, I think I have a document there for free.
Cool. See, and then she also has a prompt tool to help you use AI tools better.
Yes, those are in the Discord.
Yes.
So there'll be some things in the Discord and some things out. So everything's an experiment. So you see, well, do I want to make everybody go to Discord? Well, maybe you don't need to go there unless you really want to get more. Or I just want this one thing. That's cool. But then once you get that one thing, I'm going to redirect you over here to where there's some more good stuff that you might want, free and paid.
Yes.
See, that's how it works.
So Dean has a comment here. He said, do good, get better, do better, but do something now.
Yeah, do something now.
If you put it out there and do your best, the worst thing that could happen is some people will get to know you, know how you can help.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. Do it.
Yes. So terryjohnsononline.com/info.
Yeah.
You can follow her there. And for as far as becoming a part of the Bizchicks community, you have an opportunity to do that. We got a couple of ways. You can join Bizchicks by texting Biz to 33777, or you can just go to bizchicks.net and sign up there.
Yeah.
We're not going to spam you. You probably looking like, when's the last time I heard something from Bizchicks? We're getting better about putting more content out. I'm working on a newsletter, TJ.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
Yes. And
And
so
I just want to say real quick that when you follow me and you have a question, just reach out where, Terry Johnson Online, whatever your
whatever.
platform is, just
Yes.
let me know. I love answering questions. That's my thing.
Right.
That and data.
Yes, you notice that we get a lot of analytical stuff because analytics are
I'm
important
gonna
because
push you today. I'm gonna push you to data. It's your saving grace as far as knowing what to do online as a business owner.
see, now she's
Okay,
telling us how to succeed in business. So
there you go.
everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today.
Yeah, thank you.
You can catch TJ again this week on Friday during our Tech Life Weekly, where we talk about social media in the news this week. We talk about media. We talk about tech that's happening, everything that you need so you are prepared to run a profitable business that's fun to
Knowledge is
run.
power. Knowledge is power.
And especially if you use the knowledge that you receive.
Yes,
So,
yes, using it. That's the other part of it.
yeah. So we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Tomorrow, Coach Karen is up. She'll be talking to us about money and how to bring some profits in every day. Dean, thank you. Dr. Tachi, all of you who others, and Mark, and then all of you others who are lurking in the back, the golden silencing people back
Lurkers.
there. Thank you. We appreciate your time. You could have been anywhere else, but you spent it with us today. And for this, we are grateful. Looking forward. Hey, Will, how you doing?
Hey, William.
Hey, Will, how you doing? Good to talk with you.
Talking about all the craziness. What craziness?
I guess we need to go online and find out because
I know about some craziness. There's a whole bunch, but I wanted to know what William was talking about specifically. William, we'll talk. We'll talk. You'll tell me what crazy is.
And Dr. Tachi, thank you. In Alabama. Okay.
Oh yes, yeah. I figured he was talking about that. Yeah, okay. we can't talk about that now. We're ending. We'll be here forever. Maybe on Friday, but we gotta go today. We've been here for a while. So.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Remember, we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your week. Yeah, you know.